Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to This Week in Dioramas. I am your host, TechChucker. If you aren't familiar with how this show operates, every week I go through Instagram looking for the coolest looking dioramas, and I showcase them right here on the show. If you would like to be showcased in a future episode, all you got to do is upload your diorama pictures to Instagram and tag them with the hashtag This Week in Dioramas. We got an awesome showcase lined up for you today. As always, this week's episode is the episode I was going to do for Halloween weekend. So that means I've got a few Halloween themed dioramas from you guys. So I think you're going to enjoy them. I hope you do. I did. Couple of things. Number one, make sure that you get your fire hydrant sculpt challenge submission posted either to the Diorama HQ Facebook page or to Instagram with the hashtag TWID Fire Sculpt. Get it posted up by, let's say, the end of this weekend, because on November 26th is when I'm going to do the episode. We're going to close it up. We're going to choose a winner. That winner's going to get a gift card of some sort. I think it's about $20. So I'll give you all of the instructions, how you're going to vote and all of that on that episode on November 26th, that Saturday. It's the Saturday after Thanksgiving. United States has Thanksgiving coming up. Black Friday, that weekend. So be on the lookout. If you haven't submitted, you still have a little bit of time. Get it in. Make sure that you do go to the Facebook group, the Diorama HQ. It's a great group. It's a growing group. It's at around 7,500 members, which is pretty darn awesome. So go join it. You can showcase your work, you can ask questions, you can post work in progress, all of that stuff. If you have knowledge that you'd like to share, by all means, share new techniques that you think might help the community, and just be a part of the community even further. And so, without further ado, make sure you hit the subscribe button, all that jazz. I know you, I see you sitting there watching without subscribing. Just hit that button, hit the button. All right, I think you hit the button. Let's jump right on into this week's showcase. All right, let's get this showcase on the road with some Halloween fun. We missed it by a couple of weeks, but that is okay. This is coming from Freda0204. He does a lot of really cool photography, and I really wanted to showcase this one because we are coming up on Christmas as well. So be thinking about some Christmas-themed dioramas that you can showcase in December. Maybe it's a new diorama, or maybe you want to showcase an old diorama. So this is, I assume this is, Nightmare Before Christmas is what it kind of makes me think of, but I'm not certain that's what it is. Anyway, I wanted to showcase that and some more Halloween stuff. This one's coming from the Shadow Gallery 718. What a lovely day for an exorcism. This piece is stunning. So awesome. You just really nailed the movie. I don't like the movie. It's too creepy. It's just too creepy of a movie. I've seen it and it's yucky, and that's what it's supposed to be. And you did a great job with this piece. The room looks so good. I love the clean walls, the little bit of weathering that you've got on here. The lamp looks awesome. All of this just looks so incredible. I'm wondering though if this bed is actually a piece that came with the figure or not, because I'm not certain about that. This looks just awesome. The lighting that you've got in here looks so reminiscent of the actual movie. I'm just really impressed with it. So great job on this. You always do amazing work. So let's move on to the next piece, which is coming from Oak Hill Studios. This is a really unique piece. And so at first I wasn't sure what I was looking at, but then as I started looking a little bit deeper, this is super fun. So it's a Halloween based piece that is also incorporating diorama aspects into the piece, which is so fun. We've got, let's see, okay, so hello everyone, my final entry into the Great Paint Pot Challenge hosted by Morse Miniatures and Sanguine Reaper 85. I knew I wanted to capture the same whimsical feel from Sebastian's fantastic Night but also create an homage to the old and new Citadel pots we all use. So this is just really freaking cool. So we've got the paints, Citadel paints, and it's incorporated into the diorama. How awesome is that? To be able to bring this together, two mediums into one. How fun is that? It's so unique. I've never seen anything quite like this. His work is so good. I love the paint apps on here, the grasses with the little bits of leaves strewn throughout here, this little bit of mud actually looks like it's got some wetness. It's just so impressive looking. Wow, you really nailed it. It's so good. And it's, again, I go back to, it's so unique. I've never seen anything quite like it. Let's go back here because this is like a bat. So basically it's a bat hanging upside down, but it is a, wow, that's freaking cool. Dude, you really just nailed it. That is so freaking cool. Awesome. All right, next, coming from Mighty Kane. So this guy produces some really cool pieces, and I know that he sells these items, and this is just so detailed. So this is a stasis chamber built for the alien, what are they? They're the chest bursters, and look at the detail on this. That is so cool. I love the way that these turned out. And then the lights, the paint, all of that. There's so many cool little details on here. Wow, these are customized. I think these are customized. Dang, look at that. With the lights glowing, that is so impressive. So if you're interested in something like this, I'm sure he's willing to sell you 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 or however many. These are just so cool looking. So awesome job as always. All right, you guys, Thanksgiving is on its way this coming week, and we all know what that means. It means Black Friday is here. We all know that we're going to be buying a ton of crap on Black Friday. We always do. Maybe we're buying a little bit less because of all the inflation and all of that. Here's what I'm asking. If you are going to be buying anything off of Amazon.com, go to first Amazon.com/shop/TechChucker. You got to be logged in and give my store a follow. Then you can either peruse all of the lists that I have created following different Marvel Legends, Transformers, McFarlane stuff, whatever, and buy that. And you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna wind up taking a little bit of the profit away from Amazon. And maybe that doesn't drive you. That's fine. I get a small kickback whenever you make a purchase off of any of the lists that I create. You can also, once you're at my storefront, you can do your searches, go find whatever it is that you're looking for. Maybe it's electronics. It doesn't have to be action figure based. It doesn't need to be diorama based. Whatever you are buying, if you're buying it under my store, then I will get a small kickback. And again, what better incentive than take a little bit of money away from Jeff Bezos and give it to me? Right? It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it'll help me so that then maybe we can do some more giveaways, because that's what I try to use the money for that I get, is to put back into the channel. Maybe it's buying some better equipment, maybe it is paying for a gift card so that we can do a giveaway or a contest. I have some ideas for more contests, and you know, we've got the sculpting challenge coming up, so get that in as soon as you can, because we're gonna showcase those hopefully next week. All right, that's my pitch. Let's get back into the showcase. This next one is coming from Sama Dioramas. So let's see, Diorama Camino El Hades. So that is, I don't know what Camino means, but Hades, something about hell. This looks spectacular. I love the way that these skulls turned out in kind of the built into the dirt, and it just looks so cool. I love the paint apps on here. The sculpt work of the stones look awesome. His work is so good. I love it. It's just so amazing. Look at the backdrop here, the painted clouds. It just looks sinister and evil, and wow, what a great display. Great picture. I love these infinite black backgrounds with a diorama. It really makes it pop if you can figure out how to do it. It's really, really a great way of showcasing your work. Look at the detail on the paint apps here. There's a lot of little nuanced color variations. Maybe there's some some dry brushing on the edges to get that little bit of white extra detail, and then a little bit of maybe washes to get that nice smooth feel to the paint. It just looks so good. So awesome job. Next, coming from Dioramas Tom, The Conjuring. This is really cool looking. There's a lot of great props in here. There's a lot of really cool architectural aspects to this with this house, where you've got the boards here as the wall. You can see that whatever wallpaper that was there has fallen off. It's a very, very old house. We've got an old kind of picture photography camera. It just looks so cool. We've got some pictures that were developed here hanging on the wall. This just looks so incredible. The detail work on here is so good. Look at the paint apps on this bottom portion. That is awesome. I'm really digging on it. We got a Ouija board. We got some butterflies in a frame here. There's just so many cool things to look at. I am really impressed with your work. Great job. Next, coming from Thomas Goes Nostalgic. Not a build, but a repaint of an old McDonald's playset from the 1970s I wanted to display for my only Halloween decorations. These Halloween Chicken McBuddy Happy Meal toys. Nice little spooky centerpiece. I really liked it. Number one, I wonder if there was some value behind this just as a collectible. And you repainted it, gave it kind of a spooky feel. I like that. That's fun. And I remember these little chicken McNugget guys. They were so much fun. I loved going to McDonald's and getting these. We didn't go very often. We didn't have, number one, we didn't have a lot of money growing up on the farm, but we also lived, it was like a half an hour or more away from the nearest McDonald's. So it was pretty rare that we went to McDonald's. But when we did, oh yeah, I got the Happy Meal, and these things were the best. So I'm just happy to have this memory brought back and to see that you've done something with your hobby now from, way back in the past. This is just so cool. So great job on this. Always fun to see when people are repainting something that was already pre-built. There's a lot of cool toys out there. You can go to Goodwill or whatever secondhand kind of stores that you have in your area and pick up toys kind of like this that have some really good detail and paint them up and make them look really cool. Next, coming from our friend Rhino Dioramas. Check them out on rhinodioramas.com and check out their Instagram. Does lots of amazing work like this, but he also does some amazing 3D prints. He does amazing dioramas. Usually it is 1/6 scale like this one, Silence of the Lambs. This is a really impressive piece. We've seen and showcased several Silence of the Lambs prison cells, and every time it's always so cool to see the different take on it. I love seeing the little air holes in the plexiglass here. That is a great touch to add to that. All of the pieces look so well done, and I'm sure it's because they are 3D printed. They look amazing. The paint apps on the blocks here look so good. This little ring light thing looks amazing. Everything looks just so authentic, so real from what I remember of the movie scene. And yeah, you really nailed it. All the little artwork on the walls adds to it. A little mirror, I think. Everything. Although a mirror, probably not a good idea in his room, because he could smash that and use it as a weapon. But anyway. Next, coming from Diorama Diaries. Inside this little box is a scene from a movie. Which movie do you think? Alright, so I'm not certain. Let's see if he gave me a little bit of information in the... Nope, not in there, so I'm gonna have to figure it out. Is this it's not Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead? I don't know. I love the wallpaper though. Look at that, you can see a little crack coming through the wall too. And there's a little bit of like rubbing here that has worn away some of that. I think this looks so cool. It looks very organic, and I love the floor. That just really turned out very, very nicely. I don't remember what movie this would be from. I haven't watched a lot of horror movies in a long time. Dead Inside Don't Open. I mean, that's Walking Dead. But yeah, this is so cool. That chandelier looks awesome. I'm really digging on that. Did you make that yourself? We've got a conduit coming through, which obviously is where your wire is probably feeding through. The window looks great. All of this just looks really, really nasty and good. You did a great job on it. This next one is actually a series of different dioramas from Boba Chuck. Let's see, they're different horror Halloween based dioramas, and I thank you so much for posting this up so we can go through. So this one is this Nosferatu with the Dracula? Are those two the same? I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, let's not dive too deep into something that is going to get me in trouble with the fact checkers. So I really like the way that this turned out. You can tell that it's kind of a dungeon basement sort of room. We've got this cool old door with these big rivets that are, surrounding the outer edges. And then we've got some wood in the middle for the planking, which all looks awesome. The wall here looks pretty awesome, especially right here too. It's kind of almost like a stucco, but it almost looks like it could be carved out of a mountain. But it also looks like it might be brick, which I like. I like the ambiguity of what kind of wall is this really. And then we've got a wooden wall here, or at least it looks like it's supposed to be a wooden plank wall. The stairs coming down look awesome. We've got a little bit of a turn to the stairs, which is cool. And then we've got a wooden coffin here with the little guy, a couple of rats sitting there waiting. A little shelf on the wall with, I don't know what would be in there, maybe a little bit of water or something. That just looks so cool. And then we've got this one. We've got Ash here. I think that's Ash from Evil Dead, I think. Dang, I'm really going to get myself in trouble if I'm saying the wrong things. I'm really liking the tile work that you've got here. And of course, the blood splatter looks awesome. We've got a bunch more here. We're just going to cycle through because we don't have a ton of time, but I love seeing these sorts of dioramas. Even though I'm not always a huge horror fan, I love the amount of work that goes into it to really get that look and feel. And this one really stands out to me. I really enjoy this one, especially the stained glass windows here. That is really cool looking. I love the way that this has been incorporated into the wall with some broken brick rock with the smoother wall. Looks awesome. The cast iron or the wrought iron gate, that just looks so cool. This again, another awesome picture. It just, really, really well done. You've really nailed it with all of these pieces. So awesome job to Boba Chuck. Thank you so much for participating and sharing all of these like I had asked several weeks ago when I was hoping to do this for Halloween. Next, coming from Adam Campbell. Let's see, Trick or Treat Sam. So I've seen this little dude many times in the store. It's a NECA figure, I believe. And I really don't know what this is from. I don't know who he is, what movie it's from, but the diorama looks awesome around it. The siding on this house looks great. The door looks like to be, pretty standard hobby door that you can get at Hobby Lobby or Joann Fabrics or whatever other Michaels. But it really looks good on this piece. The deck looks awesome with the flooring. And look at this. So it looks like you used some of those little cushions from you can get them. They're like little cushions for your knees when you're gardening. That's what it reminds me of. And it's a really nice pattern that you've got on here. So great use of this sort of foam so that you can get a nice patterned surface without having to do a lot of sculpting or any sculpting other than, damaging it and painting it. It looks really good. So great job on this. This next one is coming from Ricky's Creative Corner. It's a Predator Homeworld Part 2 diorama. We've got basically a helmet room here, which is really cool. I love Predator. I don't have the deepest of knowledge when it comes to Predator. I've read a few comic books, not enough. Wico from Denmark, he had sent me some files and then I lost them. I don't know what happened. I must have had to get a new computer and I forgot to back them up. But I read a few of them and I really, really enjoyed the comics. And these just look so cool. I love seeing them displayed like this. NECA does a great job with their Predator figures, and they do a really good job with the helmets. And this just looks really cool. So it's basically looking into the throne room, and this looks awesome. I think it looks great, and it definitely fits the Halloween theme with horror and all of that. So great job on this piece. This next one's coming from Paint Driven out of Krakow, Poland. That is awesome. I'm not sure that we've showcased anybody from Poland, so welcome to the show if we haven't showcased you before. So let's see, spooky diorama to get into Halloween mood. Yes, this is very spooky. So we've got some kind of spirit-like creatures. I'm not sure what this would be from. Let's see, Warhammer diorama, miniature diorama, miniature I'm not sure, but I really do enjoy it. It's got a simplicity to it, so it's framed in this little picture frame, so it's kind of like a shadow box style almost, and it's definitely a 3D sort of piece that's kind of jumping out at you. We've got some moss grass kind of roots down here. It just looks really cool. I'm really digging on this. I like it when you guys do these kinds of pieces. Great lighting here that really gives us that ambiance. So great job on this piece. This next piece is coming from Grim Spectre, the Grim Reaper from Adam Maxwell Burton's. Let's see, on Cartoon Network official, made out of 2-inch XPS foam. My boys and I used to laugh. Okay, so I don't know anything about it, but this is really cleanly done. The skeleton skull looks great. I recognize it, but I don't really know what this is really from, but you did a great job on it. It's very cleanly done. I like the base, again, very clean, and it's just a very good statement piece. Definitely fits in with Halloween. The rock backdrop looks great. Not sure if it's cartoon, what this is, but you could throw a little bit of extra colors in here. Maybe some washes with some greens and purples and maybe some blues, really, really, really thin. And that would really make these pop even more. But this portion really looks amazing. It looks awesome. I love the color of this kind of greenish, almost tealish, aquamarine or whatever color. It looks great. I think you did an awesome job on it. So well done. Next, coming from Mike Thane Toy Butcher. Let's see, a little something I threw together for an art show at the Leamington Arts Center. It's called Don't Touch That Dial. Has Bluetooth speaker and a couple of flickering tea lights inside for listening to horror podcasts on a dark and stormy night. This is sinister and so cool. It's just, I don't know if it really is fully a diorama, but it is a piece of art. And it looks awesome, and I wanted to showcase it, especially since it was supposed to be for Halloween. And this just has that kind of cyberpunk feel to it, horror feel. It's nasty looking. We've got some, I think these are transistors or vacuum tubes. I can't remember what these are. I could be wrong. A little Christmas light here. We've got some cool looking cables that come in, plug into some batteries. It just looks super cool. And I think... Oh, there isn't a video. I thought there was a video on this. But the fact that it would turn on, light up, is so cool. So I wanted to showcase it just because it's so creative and sinister and neat and all of the words. So great job on this piece. And then last but not least, coming from, what is this? Terrific Toys. Yeah, Terrific Toys. Oh, that's cool. So photos didn't turn out as good as I had hoped, but whatever. This figure is straight fire. Okay, you might not see the picture as good as you think it should be. I think this looks awesome. I love the lighting. I love the ambiance, the darkness of the background, and then the little accent light that you've got shooting in almost from below and to the left looks so good. Maybe it's up here. And it looks awesome. I love that little bit of light that you're casting on here, getting some of those little nooks and crannies lit up with that orangish kind of yellow light. you kind of got the glow of the horse's eye. Something that would have been kind of cool, if we're going to be nitpicking, which I'm not really nitpicking. How do I want to say it? Because I think this is an awesome picture. You could do a multiple exposure of this, and that way then you can get the horse in focus as well, so that you can see the eye. I do like it not in focus, but you could get that eye a little bit more if it were in focus a little bit more, your depth of field. And so basically you can just layer the two pictures exactly as, the camera can't move, and then you just kind of paint this back in with the, photo from behind it, etc., etc. But I still am really impressed with that first picture. This one also looks awesome. I'm really digging on it. So don't criticize your work, because it is great. Always be working to improve, of course, but dang, this is really, really good work. I love it. So great job, everybody. Thank you to everybody who used the hashtag This Week in Dioramas, and also thank you for participating and sharing your Halloween-based dioramas. Alrighty, there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, the bell notification, all that jazz. Leave a comment. Let me know what your favorite diorama of the week was. Also, just make sure that you go and get your submission put in for the Fire Hydrant Sculpt Challenge. Go join the Diorama HQ Facebook group. What else? What else do we need to do? Just have a great weekend. Stay safe. Have fun. Maybe start a new build if you haven't already. If you've been sitting on the edge trying to think, I don't know if I really can pull this one off, just give it a shot. Give it a shot, and if you ever get stuck, ask questions. There's tons of people in the community ready and willing to help you with different techniques or different ideas. So if you ever get stuck, by all means, drop into the Diorama HQ, ask a question, ask questions on Instagram. You can DM me. Anything's fair game. All right, folks, I'm going to head out. Cheers to everybody. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. I'll see you in the next episode.